Hey everyone, rather Incoherent here. Welcome back to Crusader Kings 2 Holy Fury. I don't think we can take Scandinavia much further than we can in the one lifetime that we've had it. I believe this is as big as it's going to get on account of our venerable age of 68. That's the description I'm going to go with. Also on account of our realm tree that goes into great detail about just how many people hate us to death. That's normally, like, metaphorical, but I believe their hate will drive them to kill us, so they actually will hate us to death. Or suppose they will hate us and also stab us to death. It really doesn't matter much. It's all semantics, right? So I got two counties that I can conquer, and I'm probably going to conquer them at some point. I'm not super who the hell is this? Oh, it belongs to the Umayyads. Who else would it belong to? Why else would it be green? So the only ambition left for us to pick is see the realm prosper, and we may as well give it a shot. The council is discontent because there are a bunch of enormous pansies that don't think that we can actually beat the whole world in a war. Despite the fact that I spent my entire life beating the whole world in wars over and over and over again. Northumbria, also known as Deira, might just be Deira now. I believe they lost Northumbria to Strathclyde, correct? Yep. Still have the title though, so that's gotta be worth something, right? Bavaria seems to have split up into Bavaria and Pomerania. There are a couple of outliers that seem to have broken away and become independent during that, but that's not going to last long for them. On account of having went vastly over my domain limit, and because I wasn't paying attention, I don't really have any levies to raise. So, rather than pillaging, which is definitely what I should be doing, I'm just going to hang out for a bit and wait for my retinues to catch up, replenish, shit like that. You know, or die to attrition in Russia. Sorry, Scandinavia Minor. Kids need help? Of course they do. Well, he's going into martial because he's great at it. Shroth can marry, go for it. And that reminds me. So in the previous episode, I skipped over several children, and we can go back and check them by just searching for my dynasty and then going by the youngest. So we have Skuld, unimpressive. Guthrin, ugly, even less than unimpressive. Asbjorn, unimpressive. Thorfinn, unimpressive. Thorbrander, wow, this is a shit batch of kids. Nupa, unimpressive. Astrid was a lisp, and I believe we're back to, yes, these are the strong twins where I was actually paying attention. Alright, so we had a lot of kids, but all of them were shit. I feel less bad for skipping over them now. Or maybe I should feel more bad. We're just gonna keep letting time tick, because we sort of desperately need our troops to get back, since we fucked up our levies pretty badly with going over the main cap on these last several counties. We're gonna spend our final years trying to catch this damn bear. We probably are not gonna catch this damn bear. Hey, there's a strong kid. You don't get to be named Bo, that's way too southern. I believe we already have a Mag. I'm gonna name him Magnus then. Because that was the other name that came up when we were discussing names that could only show up for geniuses. It tells me this like I would give a shit that other wolf warriors got sent to somebody's jail. I don't. That's not important to me. Nope, stop. It turns out we have more land to conquer. Truces are expiring, you say. Oh shit! I was planning on letting Gare do this! In my previous game when I got this, we went to the Byzantines. But I mean, let's be real. The Byzantines aren't much of an impressive empire. Yes, let's go fight. Shit, I wanted to die before now. I wanted Gare to do this. We're going to the Abbasids, we're fighting them. We're also hunting the Great White Bear. These are not mutually exclusive. Ingolfur approaches me as I'm poring over some maps of the Abbasid Empire. A servant alerts me to his visit, and as I glance up from the table, I notice they are carrying something wrapped in fine fabric. For the battles to come, the man says, without further ceremony. I will make certain to put this to good use, brother. And he gives me a masterful short sword. I was kind of hoping he'd give me, like, you know, Mjolnir. Something more badass than a nice short sword. But I'll take it. So I have 152 personal combat. I'm pretty good as far as things go. Man, that's a tragedy! I'm going on the fucking legend journey, not Gare. Gare just got cancer and he's going to die. Oh, I'm sorry, Gare. I kind of tried to die for you. Well, whatever. It happens. Anyway, Gare, you want to participate in some more blood games? Like, we're in for a penny, in for a pound. May as well keep going. Forge me a deadly weapon. What weapon do I already have? I thought I got a weapon once. No, I don't. Alright, I'll try to get a weapon then. Could have sworn I had to make me a weapon at some point. I'm just forgetful then. Just fucking bad at the game. I don't know why I'm surprised by this. Hey, Gear, you're up. Get him the best equipment in the world. Let the blood start flowing. More blood for the blood gods. I knew he was the chosen one. Oh, giving someone else the sword causes me to make more progress on the journey. Alright, yeah, sure, I'm making a better weapon right now anyway. It's fine. How much longer left on this truce? 9 days? Alright, I can just start walking yet. I don't need to declare war yet. I don't know why you would pick the second one here. Like, why would you ever make... Why is 10 prestige... Who would take 20 prestige over 10 piety but take less progress on the journey? That's so strange. The king's getting work done. Hey, bad news. Your truce is done. So you're done. We have a new daughter. She's kinda shit. Just like all of the kids recently. Having turned in for the night, I find myself wide awake listening to the snoring of Beta. Just as I'm about to get up and do something about my irritation, I hear a rustling in the bushes. Before I can get to my feet, I find a man leaning over me, eyeing me suspiciously, a weapon aimed at my throat. We're gonna pick the one that says great progress that involves me being a manly man every single time. So, you come armed, I see. How about we do this one-on-one? And, spoiler alert, your death was the only logical outcome, brother. Because, well, it was actually quite good. I'm probably gonna die by the end of this. I'm not as badass as I would like to be for this. Only unreasonably badass. There's another guy. This guy's also in the 70s, so I'm gonna have, like, a notable leg up on all of these guys. Actually, I'm gonna switch back to war focus for the personal combat. I'm gonna duel this one, too. Another victorious match. I got a black eye and wounded this time, which is pretty fucking rough. I think Filkir Thordor is going to die as he lived, fighting people for no damn reason. I think I got exactly what I wanted, just a lot later and very differently from how I imagined it. This kid is trash, but he can try to be trash at fighting. Yes, can try to make somebody. Make somebody? Try to make something, like a weapon. If he makes a person, that'd be pretty fucking impressive. You can never go wrong with a good sword. This guy has 81. Yeah, no, I'm going all the way. Hey, you! Yes, you! Let's fight! Which we're probably screaming in the wrong language. Another victorious match. Rip that guy. I just realized that guy was a sheik. The opposite's probably getting spammed with events like, oh yeah, all your accounts are just randomly dying in personal combat. I want the very best. I don't care how much it costs. This man has 76 again. We're actually getting worse at combat now. I've partaken in a local tournament and I've been knocking out Bedouin fighters with ease. Grinning, I search the crowd for the face of Bieta, who has been cheering me on. I find her looking a bit pale. Turning to face my final foe, I hear someone shouting an introduction. Hussein the Giant! He's literally not a giant. I am disappointed. Like, he's literally not a giant. He's just a strong, brawny guy. He's just jacked. Anyway, finally, a challenge. Another victorious match. The crowd is cheering loudly as the giant looms over me. All men I have fought so far pale in comparison. You die now! I'm shocked we're all speaking the same language. There's no chance this is accurate. The beast of a man roars, swinging a massive club. When it fails to hit me and bites the ground, the earth shakes. As he moves to lift it again, I strike and the crowd falls silent. I'm taking more minor wounds. I've partaken in a local tournament and I've been knocking out Bedouin fighters with... Is this just like the same tournament it's been going on for days? I've been knocking out Bedouin fighters with ease. Grinning, I search the crowd for the face of Bieta, who's been cheering me on. She looks a bit pale. Turning to face my final foe, I hear someone shouting an introduction. Suleiman the Destroyer! And, he's strong and brawny like the last guy. He's basically just the last guy again. This is literally the same text. Got him too. Focus on your work. I need good shit. My life is on the line here. I'm sorry? Why would I ever... No. Please don't. I don't want to play as her. Why would I want to play as her? What are our rationales for voting, people? I think I just need to vote for not Geir, and I'll get to play as Geir. I think that's all I need to do. I'm gonna vote specifically for Sigrid, in case people are voting with me, but they probably are voting against me, and this will make Geir my heir. Oh, that's it? That's all we had to do? I just had to kill a couple of brawny men in a tournament? I thought it would be a lot more interesting than that. This isn't as cool a legend as the one that I played in my previous game, but oh well. This is still a pretty nice legend. Remember that time we went to the Abbasid Empire and just fucking killed everyone for no reason? That was a good old time. The blood of a legend. Upon your return to Upland, warriors and commoners alike swoon when they see you. One woman actually faints as you ride by with your entourage. The whole fortress has been dressed in celebratory banners, and your son Sigurdur greets you with a smile. The bards will sing of your accomplishments for generations to come. They say you took down an army of 100 men and wild lions. We received news that some of you were taken captive, and the man's words trail off and he composes himself. My lord, welcome home. From deeper in the fortress, the wolf warriors are singing a song of battle, its melody inviting you to celebration. For every Norse, become known as the founder of another bloodline. Gain 500 prestige. Gain renowned hero. Morale of armies plus 1%. Monthly prestige plus 0.2. General opinion plus 5. Sex appeal plus 5. So what did I get for this one? Blood of a leader. Known as a great soldier and leader of others, Thordor the Black Skull accumulated enthusiastic support during his legendary raids into foreign lands. Plus 5 vassal opinion, plus 5 personal combat skill. Characters tend to have their chancellors be loyal. It's literally just spitting in the face of who Thordor Blackskull actually was. I founded a bloodline that makes your vassals like you and be loyal. Oh man, that's a good joke. Fucking hell. Oh, God. That was a really anticlimactic legendary journey. We just sort of went to the Middle East and killed people at random until we got bored and went back home. But sure, blood of a leader. I'll take that. I'm gonna raise up my boats now. Oh, hey, another shit-talking competition. I just want an easy fight. I don't care. Lithgard, the short-tempered. She's ambitious. The thought of you managing to accomplish something is as scary as it is laughable. Pfft, as if I cared to whatever she said back. Don't be such a child. I enjoy how hypocritical "don't be such a child" usually is in these conversations. Hey, more low-quality kids. I really enjoy that they're so distant to me that they get the kinsman icon. Because once you're their great-great-grandfather, the game's like, yeah, they're not immediate family anymore. Why would you actually care? Not my problem. That's what Udo really is. Oh. Oh yeah, that seems good and normal and wholesome. Yes. Yes, this is exactly what Christianity needed. So, Panania has converted to Sunni, I believe, Islam? Yes. At what point does the Pope convert to another religion? Because they're done. This map does not look good for Catholicism. At all. This is looking grim. Somebody named their kid after my dad or my son, but they did it with too many R's. I appreciate the sentiment, I guess. Thanks for trying to be flattering. Anyway, we have some land to conquer. Oh, no, you can't do this to me. Stop being conquered. I'm supposed to conquer you. Oh, wait. My vassal is conquering him. Good job, vassal. Woo! Never mind, I thought it was England. One of my vassals is conquering him for me. That is absolutely fantastic. Good deal. I'll conquer this one then, and then I'll get to pillaging. And pillaging will get kind of awkward kind of quickly. Because, how many boats do I have? 168? My max revenue size is, 21,000, so we're gonna have a problem there. Oh well. We'll sort it out. I guess we should sort it out now, right? Instead of being stupid. Heartseeker, Vengeance, or Fury? I feel like mine is the Fury. I feel like it's the only acceptable sword name for me. The leader of a revolt would like to marry my 13-year-old... Why do I have an unbetrothed 13-year-old daughter? Alright, so somebody's betrothal died. It's good to know. I need to go back through and check my marriages. So 2 messages simultaneously. Yes, I will take money in exchange for people. That's always the deal. That's what I'm keeping her in jail for. So somebody else seems to have also had a successful role in this journey. Kettle the Fox of Nordland, who has shitloads of kids. They say that everyone in the village of Nordland spent several moons preparing for the return of Kettle of Nordland. The man has been the main source of interest and fascinating rumor since before he left for the Abbasid Empire, but reports all agree that the pomp is well-deserved. As the Wolf Warriors celebrate this warrior's victory, we pray that our young find this living legend an ideal worthy of emulating. May we all share his glory. Alright, let's see who he killed in his journey. Was his more interesting than mine? He seems to have only killed 2 women during his... great journey? Spectacular duel is what it means when it's a great journey kill, but, that seems to be a relatively short journey, and last I checked, women weren't particularly empowered or prominent duelists in the Abbasid Empire? Fucking fake-ass bloodlines. Soldiers steal blood, always ready for battle. Kettle the Fox became famous for his many victories, and being the finest fighter the Wolf Fighters had ever seen? Fuck you, Gare is in the Wolf Warriors. Gare literally can triple this man once he inherits my shit. That is personally insulting. I spent a lifetime torturing my son to make him the finest warrior the Wolf Warriors had ever seen. Don't you fucking lie to me, this man is trash by comparison. He killed 2 women who were just like living normal lives before he showed up. He's basically a mugger. Regardless... he has made himself a target, we're stealing his bloodline now. It's just time to figure out how to do it. So he's got some fairly young kids, and I was just thinking that I needed to make sure that my marriages were sorted out. So I'll be back with you once I'm done playing the marriage game. Kill me now. Okay, so I pretty much completely handled the marriage game. There are a couple of people left unmarried in my dynasty. Some of them are like Christina. They are 0-year-old, distant family women, and you can't really get matrilineal marriages on this, because the rest of the world reads this as talentless, unimportant women. And when they say women, they mean it much more negatively than when the Vikings say women, because we are way more progressive than the rest of the world. For the time being, I'm just leaving people like Christina unmarried. Once they're nearly of age, I will probably trick people with good genetics to coming to my court, and then force them to betroth themselves to my daughters, because they won't have a choice when I'm their liege. I can just make them do it. On to the second kind of people that are unmarried, are these people of interest I have marked over here. These are bloodline carrier children. Gare, for instance, is carrying the blood of Caradog as well as the blood of Vertigerd. And these are the children that will start betrothing to each other. However, I don't actually have 5 different bloodline sets. These people are redundant as well as these people. I only have 3 bloodline families because Gyla has not yet produced children. Once she does, those children will be carrying the bloodlines of Niall as well as the Carlings. And as soon as she produces children, I will start betrothing all these kids together in a web to eventually produce a 6th bloodline carrier person to breed back into the main dynasty. Now, eventually, I plan to make a tutorial on how to collect bloodlines once I have people as living examples of what I'm talking about. But for the time being, I'm just going to show you the stuff as it pertains to what we're talking about, which is specifically, will this cause inbreeding? Because if you pop over to my family tree, these are the relevant people. Gare going up to Thordis, these children going up to Alvor, Gyla's yet unborn children going up to Sigrid, and Ileana's children going up to Gare. Now, this doesn't show their mothers, but if you actually go in and check, you will see they all have different mothers. Pribislava, Velamina, Bolslava, and Dubravka. So, this means that we have much less shared ancestry than we otherwise would have had. Allow me to show you how inbreeding actually works. Now, this is really just to show you that we're clearly not going to be inbreeding. I'm not going to go too deep into it. This is the wiki page for breeding, specifically the section on inbreeding. And the way inbreeding is determined is it checks the number of unique ancestors the child has had in the past 5 generations. And this graph says the lower that number, the higher it is. In particular, at 32 it starts getting notably higher, and at 22 it skyrockets from 39% to 80%. So 32 and 22 are the big threshold numbers. And if this is sort of hard for you to visualize, and you need more for it to make sense, allow me to give you an example. This is what the actual previous 5 generations would look like, and there's a total of 62 people to choose from. So 32 unique ancestors is not hard to hit at all. What I'm doing is clearly inbreeding. and it feels like there should be a really high chance of hitting an inbred kid. I'm essentially marrying direct children together, just a couple generations separated. Like, that's still gotta have a high chance, right? And the answer is actually no, the chance is very, very low. So this chart is an example of what it would look like for any possible marriage combination I could give, because they'll all end up looking the same in this case. The purple are dynastic family members. They aren't redundant, they're just marking who they are. The bright green is the new blood that I'm marrying to, and the pale green is the then by definition unique members from their families. The black is the actual redundant stuff when we get up to Thordor Blackskull and his parents. There's actually only 3 redundant people, giving me a total of 59 unique ancestors for any of these children. There is basically no real inbreeding going on at all here. Even if all these children hadn't come from different concubines, it would only make this and this redundant, resulting in an additional 3 unique members lost, still leaving me a total of 56 unique people. So, for inbreeding to become relevant, you have to do some serious incest, and we really aren't. We're doing pretty min-maxed incest only a little bit, you know? It's enough to be creepy, but it's not enough to actually cause any problems. So that's the marriage game, that's the incest game, the bloodline collecting game all covered. There's one other thing I've done. I've voted for Dag. You see, Dag is currently the steward and the commander of the Varangian Guard. He is my most interesting family by far, especially when you consider the fact that he's one of my youngest family members. He's not actually a better candidate by any substantial amount than Freya is. Honestly, Freya's a better character and fairly young herself. She'll probably have more kids. It doesn't really matter if she has more kids, because elective Gavelkind allows me to vote for other people's children anyway. However, the real reason I want to vote for Dag is to figure out what the state of the electors is. If Dag immediately gets unelected and Freya becomes my heir again, then I'll know that people are just voting against me. The second I vote for someone, they bail on that person. If Dag actually gets further ahead, then I'll know that people are still voting with me. And that gives me the ability to intelligently determine who I'm voting for next if Dag doesn't say the heir. So I'm going to try to play the game now, and I'm going to get quickly interrupted by a barrage of betrothal messages. So I'm going to show you the marriages as they come through. Total here is unimportant, and that makes him hard to marry. Not as hard as it is to marry an unimportant woman, but still hard to marry. So he ended up marrying a quick girl because I just couldn't do better for him. So Margarita's previous husband died under suspicious circumstances. I can only assume that being an elusive shadow with 18 intrigue, she killed him. Possibly because she was a homosexual, and that's a pretty solid reason to kill your husband that you never wanted to marry in the first place. Of course, not to be dissuaded, I have remarried her to another genius. Hopefully this one survives. Snorri is one of the strong twins. I've married him to Adelberga, who is attractive. I prioritized marrying attractive and genius into my family this round. I have 6 strong dynasty members and 2 genius dynasty members, so I prioritized genius for that reason. But as to prioritizing attractive, the reason I'm prioritizing attractive is because I'm reaching the stage of the game where intrigue is much more valuable to me. Just getting other people to do what I want them to do is what I need, because Marshall isn't so important when I have such tremendous swaths of land to pull from and massive retinues. Stewardship isn't so important when I'm an emperor with high centralization. And that's where we're getting to. We need intrigue more than anything else, and attraction is the best for that. So that is why I'm getting attractive into the family now. And ideally, I'll just be an attractive, strong genius, but I'm probably going to end up having to make choices more likely than not. Asa here is one of my many, many unimpressive children. I've married her off to an attractive boy. And all of these female marriages are matrilineal, of course. Ingfried is strong. I've married her to a genius. Asbjorn is nothing. I've married him to an attractive girl. Gandalfer has a lisp. I've married him to a quick girl because Gandalfer is useless. Other people didn't want to marry him, so I had to make do with what I had. Thorbrander is nothing, and I got him married to a genius girl. Guthrin is nothing. I got her married to a genius boy. Nupa is nothing. I managed to get him married to a strong girl. Stryker is strong. I got him married to a genius girl. Ingmar is nothing. He's married to a strong girl. It just goes on forever, right? This has got to be tedious to listen to, but holy shit, could you imagine if I actually made you watch this shit? God. I am so sorry, but on the other hand, you fucking owe me. Magnus is a genius. He married into an attractive woman. Thorfinn is nothing. He married a strong girl. Carlina is nothing. She married an attractive guy. Magni is strong. He married a genius girl. Nope, I thought we were done. We aren't. Seriously, could you imagine if I made you watch me decide all of this? I literally saved the game, stopped, came back, made a spreadsheet, and spent an hour doing this, figuring out how the marriage works, making examples to show you Bloodline shit. Absolutely fuck watching other people play the marriage game, because they're either doing it poorly or doing it slowly. Anyway, Astrid here, Lisp Girl, has married a genius boy. Oh my god, are we done? Holy shit, we're done. I'm horrifically scarred. I managed to reach the max tier of scars, I think. It's sort of hard to see them beneath all the blood and Wodic tattoos. This character has seen his share of fights, as his face can attest, and compared to grievously scarred, it's 0.5 more monthly prestige, plus 5 more personal combat, attraction, same trait, and tribal, and it has the same opposite trait opinion, but I still have no idea what the opposite trait of horrifically scarred would be. So we're going to send this ship down. Its job is to conquer this tile. Upland prospers, great news. It looks like my vassals are having some wars, it's really not my problem. Betrothed can marry, go for it. This isn't a real person, they're in jail. Well, that's a terrible thing to say. It's not one of my children, that's what I meant. Asa did really well at her military education, so she's definitely going down that path. Everyone off the ships, we have a place to conquer. Wait, have you not won yet? How? I guess he's sieging it normally. I just assume that wars end immediately these days. He's at 69%, haha. So, hopefully by the time I finish my war, who am I kidding? That is the stupidest looking eye patch I've ever seen. Oh, that's a good joke. Oh my god. I was wondering why this wasn't tyranny. It's because my Gloryhound Inquisitor is making the malcontents vote with him. That's so fucking funny. Anyway, let's get him. Sorry, Brittany, you just didn't deserve to be independent. No, I know you're gonna hate me no matter what, Freya, but this is still supposed to be your vassal. Alright, so I split my Vikings into so many stacks of 600 that I can't even keep track of them on one screen. That's pretty good. We all get back on the boats, and now we have pillaging to do. Is Germany back on its feet? Let's go fix that. We can ransom 3 people for 30 gold, which is frankly pathetic amounts of money, but we'll do it anyway. Alright, I have to ask, I can't help but notice you've sieged their only county fully, which would logically mean you're at 100% war score. What are you doing? God, these amateurs. Anyway, let's put Germany in the ground where they belong. So you can see we're just fanning out to the tiles that are not in France, because France will actually wreck our shit. We're also going to the one tile in Austrasia, because last time we did this, Austrasia just didn't defend himself. And he finally won his war. Good on him. Now, I've got great news for this kid. He's put in enough work that I can make him a king. Wait, is that really part of just your Wales? Well, that's awkward, because I know I said, good news for this kid, he can be the King of Wales, but it turns out there's a merchant republic that I care about far, far more than him in the same de jure kingdom. So, good news, kid, you've worked hard enough that somebody else gets to be king. Thank you. Your service is noted, go fuck yourself. What the hell is wrong with her? Is that supposed to be a wig or a hat? What is she wearing? It's so ugly. Alright, so we now have a King Merchant Republic, back to pillaging everyone to the death. My grandson Gorm has decided to take it upon himself to become an adventurer, and he's going to go raid foreign lands to do his own thing, which, I mean, he's ambitious and brave, so that makes sense. 46 personal combat? Good luck, kid. I mean, if I'm not going to give him land, he may as well get it on his own, right? Oh, right, yes, I have a 50-year-old woman with no martial talents as my marshal because I needed to appease people. Teach her to lead the center, that's hilarious. It's exactly where she belongs. So somebody else in my jail is now an elusive shadow? I swear to God, it's a better education system than being taught by me. So we've captured some dudes, we'll take them for money, as we always do. Unlike piety and prestige, money is passed down to my children. Who is this? This is Sverker's host? Who the hell is Sverker? He better not make himself my problem, because if he messes with my shit, I'm going to ruin him. He's perfectly capable of living, he just needs to pretend I don't exist. Alright, he seems to be cool with me. Sigrid is just a monster. How many kills does she have? Sigrid has 4 kills. I felt like it was more than that. Yeah, she doesn't even kill people that often. I guess she only kills people that have it coming. Okay, sure. Oh, he just wants to pillage stuff too. He's like, oh shit, these guys have the right idea. But yeah, keep pillaging Germany. They're extremely wealthy. You know what? Screw it. Failure's the best teacher. He thinks I chose his opponent poorly. But you know who gets punished for that? Him. He's got a new kid. Oslog? A slug? A slug is a bad name. Especially for a girl. So Germany's coming down with their 1400 stack to pretend that it's enough to do anything. Yeah, he's right here. He's coming to... Sticht. Germany over here just wasting my time. Won all those other sieges. It's 4,500 versus 1,300. That should be plenty. Winning more sieges. Please go away. Thank you for the Duke. Do you want him back? Oh, you don't? He'll be able to pay for himself in a couple of months. Unless his regent starts spending his money for him. Which would be funny. So I was wondering why I couldn't click past... Alright, there we go. That was weird. Alright, time to fan everyone back out now that Germany's done wasting my time. For some reason... Yeah, this is weird. I'm having some glitch here where siege menus can't really be shut properly. I'm gonna do some other stuff real quick and see if it fixes itself. Oh. No, it's... No, that's not the issue, actually. It's not that siege menus can't be shut. It's, Yes, that would be it. Well, that's much funnier, but also slightly more annoying. This is so dumb. Okay, children need focuses. Total is, a complete goober. Maybe he'll become quick if I give him thrift. This kid is potentially good at martial, so we'll give him struggle. Magnus is a genius. He's particularly good at stewardship and martial. He's got no traits for either of them, though. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to send him down diplomacy, which is an awful choice. However, I can't see Magnus getting elected over anyone else, which means that I think the most likely circumstance for me to find a use for him is that I need somebody to stabilize the empire. And if that's his use, then I need everyone to like him, which means I want him to be a great diplomat. His main use is just to carry the genetic trait for future generations. Okay, yeah, this keeps happening. I don't know what that glitch is. Yeah, it's happening here. So, I can only assume that something I'm sieging is actually... So, this city... and this barony are just out of garrison, but I can't finish sieging them for some reason. I'm going to save and reload. Hopefully that fixes whatever's happening. I've got no idea what's going on. Alright, let's see if the game works properly. The answer is hell no. Why would it work properly? So I've remembered that I can smash enter to get through those. Let's hit the assault button. I can't assault them. I'm just going to leave these 2 counties because something is horribly wrong. And I believe the same thing is happening here in Vasilgan. Yes. Anyway, much like me in real life, the Warlord of the Black Skull is about to go berserk. In fact, he did. He beat the shit out of one of the people I brought here for Bloodlines. Sorry for knocking out your teeth, dude. You're still really important to me. Hey, we captured another Duke. Guys, come on. You're just handing me money. So I'm going to make the mistake of trying to go back to these places and see if I can siege them properly now. Because I don't really understand what the glitch that's happening here is. Hilarious and annoying in equal parts, that's for sure. Thorgil, we're really stretching the limits of this Thor X naming scheme. It's not very good, though. Okay, so there's a peasant revolt. And definitely hasn't been fixed at all. Very much still broken. Alright, so guys, I don't feel like dealing with the peasants myself. If you could just kill them all for me, that'd be great. Speaking up. Oh, hey, while I've been doing this, an Austrasian army has come to play. In fact, it's already here. Let's have everyone come help this, then. Apparently, like, while I've been complaining about glitches, the world has continued on. That's complete bullshit. It's supposed to stop when I get mad. On the bright side, I'm probably just going to end up capturing more dukes from this. Hey, would you look at that? Even got a mayor. And, I'm just going to keep chasing him down. I have no reason not to. It's just more dukes for free. 90 prisoners these days, huh? For 536 gold, that sounds pretty good. Alright, we're gonna pop on the ship. I don't feel like chasing him down forever. Try to ransom him again, because a couple guys had multiple messages. Move to the next sea tile. You're in my jail, aren't you? Yep. So we might actually have enough men to hop out and beat up France this time. Because we still have a substantial amount of reinforcements left on the ship. Their garrisons are pretty big, so I have to send more of them out. So it's only 1,000 reinforcements on the ship, but France does seem to be having a bad time of it these days. They might be unable to defend me. My advisor is dead. All hail the new advisor. Child needs a focus. And Alvor is one of my bloodline characters. So wait, no, this is the other Alvor. This is Alvor, George's daughter. And she is trash. Go into thrift. Hopefully she gets good at education. Or espionage. Espionage, education, they start with these. What do you want from me? So the top levy of France these days is 7.3k. This probably isn't going to go well for me. But I think I'm going to call it here. We've only actually stolen 200 ducats from pillaging their land, but we stole about 500 ducats from stealing their commanders. To be fair, we probably would have stolen more ducats if that weird siege glitch hadn't been happening, where I couldn't actually, you know, pillage them. I just got several dozen messages saying that I had. That's it for today, though. I'm calling it here. This has been rather Incoherent. I hope you've had a good time, and I'll see you around.